Support by the Hope Network Center for Autism. You can join us and be part of a mission that takes on the challenges, the barriers, the statistics, the seemingly impossible, and help us overcome them all. HopeNetwork.org/autism.
That's one time she was tell her, yeah.
Tenía un carro y me lo vendió también. Me vendió el carro por la droga.
I had got out. I had got out from jail, and she had a car waiting on me. She gave me this little car, little. I don't know if it was a little Toyota. I was happy though. She just gave me the keys. She gave me the title. She said, "Go ahead, dude. You got it." She said, "Just be good. Just stay out of trouble. Don't get high. Don't do nothing. Just go ahead." I was at the halfway house, a recovery house right there on 9th and Lehigh. And it was okay for once. Got into an argument. I went out and relapsed, and that was over. Sold the car for like $500. I tried to get it back with my uncle, but they hid the car already. They got rid of it, so I just moved on. After that, I went to a program. But she has made sacrifices, man. Really sacrifices for me, man. I just did the street thing, man. You know, the streets raised me. I was just growing up in here, but I just learned too fast, hitting the streets at the age of 7, 8, 9. I was already going to Atlantic City for a day for like $13 on a Greyhound. I was only 13, going to Atlantic City, walking up and down the boardwalk and all. I was out there, man.
Size for the store, shut the freezer. You got hot dogs in the pot.
I want these, John. I want these.
Size, you better eat them hot dogs first.
Yeah, soft. Soft.
I just cut it
They
off.
soft.
I just cut it
I don't
off.
like soggy hot dogs.
He changed. He changed since he been locked up. But he more mature now. He more mature. And he was saying when he come home what he gonna do, but didn't do it yet. But he said I would go back to school, get my diploma, get my high school diploma. So hopefully he would do that. No, ain't no hope he gonna do that. I'm gonna make him do that. Or he gonna be right out the door. I'm not playing. You think I'm playing? I'm for real. I'm for real. I'm gonna move, get one bedroom. I'm not playing. But you know, when they fall in with the wrong crowd, that's what happened. You can raise them one way. When they get older, they gonna do what they want to do. But hopefully hope they take to the right direction instead of the wrong one. Don't want to see them locked up. It's not the place to be. And you have a daughter too, who need you out here, not in there.
So where did the name Elvis come from?
His dad and I decided to name him after Andrew Young and Elvis Presley.
Hold the phone. Nobody heard this before. She just made this up right now. Who the hell was Andrew Young?
Andrew Young was the mayor of Atlanta, and he was a very nice
He's
person,
black?
as far as I can tell. And
Andrew Young?
yeah, and you know who Elvis Presley was?
Who liked Elvis Presley? Nobody. They didn't like no Elvis Presley. This is a job.
Well,
Mom,
we didn't know anything bad about Elvis.
this is the first
or
time I heard.
Aaron
You think
Young.
this is the first time I asked this question? We've asked this question my whole life.
I grew up with my mother, me and 6 other siblings. You know, no food in the fridge, you know, WIC, welfare, things of that nature. You know, it was hard, you know, force a motherfucker to go to the streets, man. And, you know, and fend for themselves and grind from the bottom, you know. As a little boy, you know, you put the whole family on your back. You feel like you're the man of the house. So, you know, you gotta take control and you gotta get out there and go get it.
My childhood was growing up was all right. It was rough. I mean, mom wasn't there, wasn't there, so had to do a lot of stuff on my own. My always showed me the game. After he showed me, I started rolling with it. Being a big time drug dealer, that was my dreams for real. After I started selling drugs, got my first dollar. It was on from there. I consider myself a grown man because I was doing grown people things. So anything would happen to me is on my own because I was thinking of myself as a grown man.
I gave you my phone. Nigga, you bitches, my shit is it's coming. I'm doing this out there with my phone. They call it so-called shooters. My shooter's ready. I don't need no shooter.
My concern about my life was getting my mom a bigger house, but driving fancy cars, hanging with all the girls. That was the main 3 right there. I can't think of no more.
My man Cap. Hold up. No, if we got Roy, brother. If we got Roy, little brother, we know. We got Roy, little brother over here. Uglies, say no.
My mom, she just kept me alive. My mom kept me safe.
Did you have any men in your life who taught you how to be men?
Nah, most of the men in my life molested me and raped me and used me and misled me. I always thought men would be my father, you know, somebody, well, he could be my father, or he could be my friend. And I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years, all the way up, dude, to my teens. Till I was a little bit after 14. But that's when 14 is when I started hitting the streets a lot harder. And I got involved with another woman. She was 23, I was 14. And I stayed with her for 6 years when I was 14 to 20,
That's
21.
when you told me put you on the crack, right?
Yeah, she was a smoker, man. Back, you know, free base is just too nice. When you know, it is true when you send them a crackhead. But today, like that was an ignorant way to saying things, calling people crackhead and dope fiends, whatever. Like today, I'm an addict. That's what I am today. When you give it a proper name, a fighting name. An addict is a fighting name. You know what I mean? So she got me on that, man. She was freebasing, dude. I was only 14. I fell in love. She was into the sex. I was more into the relationship and found out she was using, and I went down there and used with her. After that, it was all gone. Selling, hustling, stealing, robbing, doing all that after that. All that, just prison, streets, prison, streets, prison, streets. Come out March 1st. Get my shit March 2nd out of my mom's house. My mom had my stuff in the rice. I come home the next day, she bailed me out. I came home next day, grabbed my shit, went down there on the 3rd, and got locked up again for about another couple months. And she bailed me out of that too.
Most of your cases, were they all drugs?
Every one of them.
No violence?
Never had a violent offense. Never had a violent offense.
Up to age 10, my dad died at 10. So before that, we were a tight-knit family. We always sat down and ate dinner together. We were in when the street lights came on. You know, it was very strict, structured, but family had a meaning to it. Christmas was special. Everything was special. Once my father passed away, there was no structure. My mom, who really never had a job, had to go out and get a job, and it was usually on a 3rd shift where, you know, she was sleeping during the daytime, and everybody, as far as the kids, were running the streets or doing whatever they wanted to at night.
I think the death of my father and us having to be and figure out what a man was. We were all in our own struggle, you know. It was a progression for him and getting in trouble. Like, he didn't just go out there and just get in trouble. I think he was like maybe 12 when he started selling drugs, you know. And
what was he selling?
Crack, weed, whatever was selling, he was selling it, you know. Family life changed when they all went away. And just me knowing that my baby brother is doing, you know, 20 years, like, in a prison, it scared me, you know what I mean? It's like I can't touch him, you know what I mean? I can't hug him, I can't go get him, or, you know what I mean? It's like you're helpless, you know, you're just a kid, you know? He was one of the main source of income for the family. It was a big impact on the house where, you know, he wasn't there. Like, what are they going to do now? So it sent everybody into a kind of a panic.
You know how you just on the block, you understand, okay, these are the 5 tough guys that you got to deal with. And even if you're a tough guy, you got that multiplied times by 1,000,000. You got to deal with those egos and those millions and billions of different personalities every day. The most hardened, worstest criminals that you can think of. You know what I mean? That's jail.
I need you to tell me how the jails is at the F. I got you on speaker, on the camera.
Oh, you already know this shit nutty, man. This shit knocked off. Shit in the way.
Man, like, they locking y'all down. Like, explain how shit going down, bro.
You know, we only come out one time a day. This shit on lockdown. Low ass trees. Niggas getting bony and shit. Commissary prices went up. It is what it is, man. Like, this shit ain't about nothing. No, like, this shit nutty though. Niggas facing life. Niggas my age, niggas 16, 18, getting life, getting wills. But you know, that's how the game go though.
What you know about COs yelling, courts going out, 4:30 in the morning, gotta get stripped out. Squat cough, lift your nuts, then you get shipped out. Shackled and cuffed on that bus with the craziest doubts. In your mind, you thinking, damn, my life on the line. You got your son, your daughter, your mom, your wife on your mind. You got a body, you got caught with the 9, so it's life on your mind.
My perspective of life is like, back then when I was thinking like, basically like, I was gonna live a long life if I get money and stay out the way, stay away from like the shooting and stuff. But it didn't plan out how I wanted it to plan. Nobody just sell drugs on the streets and don't go to jail or get killed. So I was expecting either one of them. So I took it like, yo, this shit is crazy. I'm done. Like, I'm sick right now. Like, I ain't never coming home. Like, I'm done.
He never showed that as a child that he would be the one who followed in our footsteps, because he never really clung to us like our other little brother. You know, he was one of those little kids who took his own route. He was really in love with the video games and the sports and want to go to the park and play on the monkey bars. He wasn't the kind of kid that want to jump in the back seat and ride around the hood with us and things of that nature. That's why it was shocking to me when I was in jail and I heard that he had to experience the shit that I was going through.
Before he went in, you know, Kev used to be running around. He wasn't really, you know, he was just like a regular kid. You know, he started getting the times changed, money started getting short. Family couldn't provide the night sneaks.
You know, that kind of hurt when you got to call home and you hear your family got to go through the shit that you went through, and you really don't think they ready for that, because, you know, the penitentiary make a man out of a little boy. I mean, and when he went up there, he was a little kid. You know, lucky that he only had to go to a juvenile state penitentiary, but the penitentiary is the penitentiary. You know, it's rough.
At Pine Grove, I probably was like the third youngest up there. I was like about 15. Like, by the time I went to Dope Block, I probably like 16, 17. And I was still the youngest over there. So always like, when they see me come over, they like, damn, young boy, how long you got? I tell them 2.5 to 5. They said, damn, young boy, what you do? I tell them my case and all that. They like, damn, young boy, they start schooling me to the game. Like, listen, you can't be doing that shit, because niggas got life. I was in an environment where basically like the COs control everything, so it depends on them how the days short or go long. I was taking heed to all that though. I ain't ever visit because I ain't want my mom come up here. She didn't like my brothers, they the balls, they do their thing. They get locked up. She go see them all the time. She come back a little sad. I seen it before, so I'm like, no man, mom, don't come see me. She told me like, I want to come see you, I'm like, no, mom, I don't want to come see you. I want you to come see me because I know how you is. You'll probably start crying after you leave the visit. I ain't trying my mom go through nothing like that. So I said, no, I'll be home in no time. Like, I ain't even had no visit.
When you're at Camp Hill and you're about to go to whatever jail you're gonna go to, and specifically Grateful, they be like, what are you looking at? They look at the paper and say, where you going? Say Grateful. They look at you and says, okay, we have to write down here. Where do you want your body sent to? And I said, my body? She said, yeah. I said, man, I'd like to not send it nowhere. I'd like to take it on home with me if it's all the same to you.
Really say?
No, I really said, I gave you the address.
That's what I figured you did.
Yeah, that's what you gotta give the address.
Over a course of a year, I had upwards of 15 or so, maybe even 20 cellmates. Like, not even like, not people not people that you have seen before. We're talking about, man, you had to be open to be, be able to adapt to living with just anybody, man. Some people stayed, you know, for no time. Like they stayed not even an hour. You know what I'm saying? You had to be, I mean, either way, you had to be down to like do whatever, fight, whatever, however it may go. But in 1 year, man, I had like 15 to 20 of them, straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, there'll be nights, man, you can't even sleep. You got a strange man in your cell, man, you sleeping. You gotta sleep right there with this dude. Like this dude's like on your bunk, like right above you. I can't explain it, man. It's like, it's really fucked up. In that little ass space where you gotta shit right there with the man. You gotta piss right there with that man, strange ass man, can you imagine? Like motherfuckers wouldn't wanna, you know, talk or speak to somebody they don't know, let alone like the scum, you know what would be the, you know, the worst of the worst, and they put them right in your cell with you. Like anything's possible. Well, I had a cellie, man, that was, you know, we had been cellie for some time, man, and in the middle of the night, you know, I can't remember what time it was late at night, it was probably 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, man. I was looking at TV, he was on top bunk, and then all of a sudden he just kind of got down, and I don't know what he was talking about, like some kind of like, you know, just being disrupted. I don't know if I was making too much noise, like looking at TV or something, I don't know. But again, we was cool people, like we was cool. You know, he just got down, and in the process of him getting down, I was kind of just rolling over. I don't know if I was going to sleep or whatever. And he started stabbing me. Like, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Literally started stabbing me. Like, for no, like, and to the point where I didn't know what was going on and just, like, immediately panicked, you know what I'm saying? And felt like I had to defend myself. But in the sense, like, can you imagine being locked in the cell, man, 12 o'clock at night? And a motherfucker that, you know, you think you know and is just spazzing out, stabbing you? He stabbed me with an antenna, a TV antenna with tape around it. It was sharp as shit. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, in the course of that night, you know what I'm saying, we definitely, you know what I'm saying, went back and forth and fought the rest of that night. But it was like, a feeling like, man, this guy's gonna kill me in here.
You told me, you said, Ellis, you can't do that much time. That's a lot of time.
You didn't think you were going to come home from Graterford, did you?
You didn't think I was going to come home from Graterford?
Well, I was certainly praying for it.
Sometimes you gotta go through. I always tell my wife, I tell my mom, and sometimes for a child or for a teenager, for anybody to learn what it is to live today, man. I mean, I guess sometimes you just gotta hit them bumps and rides, man. You gotta stumble, you gotta go through these experiences because nothing more of a motivator than an experience in your life. You could always get inspired and motivated by others, by how they walk now, how they live their life today and all that. But to know how they got there, they don't know. Some teenagers don't even have the patience to go through what I went through or what any other people have went through that struggle and doing okay. You gotta go through it sometimes. You just gotta hit that. Face it. Face those problems. Face it, man, and you'll see how things get better. Things get better, dude. Prison was a place to think, man. You think a lot in prison. You think a whole lot, dude.
You're really coming back to the same things that triggered a lot of the problems that you had. I mean, you're coming back to an area where there's really no job prospects. You know, you're going right back into the narcotic trade because that's you know, the only economy in some of these neighborhoods. That's all that you know. You're going back with the same people. So, I mean, it's not like you're coming back to a better situation. They're not.
We don't know what they're coming home to. We don't know if their family is in stable housing or they're going to need housing. That's another problem because they can't. If the family is already, like, say, in low-income housing, then they can't come home and go in low-income housing because they're felons. So there's a strike right there. They come home trying to figure out, oh, where am I going to go?
You see what this damn thing is? This is something the felons gotta fucking carry on them at all times. If I walk around, right, and I ain't got this goddamn yellow card on me and I get stopped by the police, it's 90 days automatically in jail, right? And $300 fine. It says criminal registration certificate. This is letting the cops know in Philadelphia, hey, I'm back.
When you're in jail, your head is at the clearest it's gonna be. Like, you don't have any substances in you, no drinks and no drugs and none of that. And you're very level-minded and you're making good decisions now. And all your old ambitions and goals start to fall back into place. You know what I mean? You start to get back in touch with yourself while you're gone. And now you're just anticipating to come home and just attack.
When you got your green sheet, what did it say?
When I got my green sheet, what it say? When I got my green sheet, it basically said what not to do and what to do and my date. Once I see my date, I'm like, whoa, I'm about to go home. Like, so that means my brain going to overtime. Like, come home, it's gonna be like fun. Niggas like, yo, Kev, what up, yo, we doing, what we doing, all that. Girls all lined up everywhere. Lined up everywhere, like niggas, what up, yo, man. But it wasn't like that when I came home, man. It was looking all dim out here, dirty out here. Oh, man, niggas ain't really showing love. A lot of things changed around here, man. 3 years. And I seen the projects. As soon as I got off that bus, I said, my God, like this project's all dirty. Like nobody outside. Like it was so crazy. I'm thinking like, what the hell? Like I had an image of like me coming home, everybody out there, yo, what up, yo? Chilling and all that, be partying and all that, but wasn't like that, man. I come home, niggas dead, niggas locked, everybody locked up. So yeah, that's crazy.
You know, you come home to an even crazier situation. Because before he went in, the kids that wasn't really doing nothing with him, but that was his age, just running around slinging now. Everybody's slinging. So, you know, it's crazy. The whole neighborhood just twisted.
If I see them fucked up and my daughter fucked up and my mom fucked up, I'm going back to the streets regardless. Like, I don't care if I gotta go back to jail. I'm gonna get my mom and my daughter some money in their pockets, like sneaks, clothes, house, like bills, all types of stuff I gotta do. They gonna have that regardless. If I had to rob, kill, anything, they gonna get what you gotta get.
You have to do it together, but that wall right there, you can see the separation from the power.
I just wanted to people just, in his situation, do they eventually grow up? Do they ever become that responsible person? I mean, I've seen people like addicts, ex-addicts, I don't know, recovering addicts, live normal lives, but he's difficult. He's very, very, I don't know, to me, I don't think he will ever
I just started to learn
mentally
responsibilities when I came home from prison in 2005. I just started to learn some kind of responsibility. I didn't get it yet. I know it. I know what it is to be responsible today. My responsibility to me is just let her take care of it.
And that's dumping your responsibilities on me. And sometimes I tell him, I'm tired. I'm tired of having to pay the bills. I do everything. And
I just work, dude. I just go to work and we go to sleep.
And then he comes home and he sits there and remote control, does nothing.
I mean, you know, if I want to get high, I'll get high Friday, dude. This Friday I'll get high. But if I ain't here yet and she there picking me up, then I'm cool. But like I said, you know, I might get high someday, but right now, it's just a day. Today I'm cool. Today I'm home. It's fucked up a little bit, but I'm getting better with it, dude. I'm getting better with it. I know I am.
I was in prison. I did 8 years in prison. That's where I met Lily. In prison, not in the inner city. She was in prison. She did a lot of time in prison. She had a crooked path. No, this way.
I went in to do project with inmates, and I spotted L because he looked so young and so green, like more like a kid, you know. And so that was my big eye, big lot of hair, yeah. Not a lot of hair, but you know, with hair, yeah. I was puzzled because it was a kind of maximum security prison, you know. So I was thinking, what could this young kid have done, you know, right? Yeah. But I just remember then we did different kind of exercises. He was interested in camera, and he was eager. He was very fresh, and so he and Glenn Hostin was the documentary film person, and Glenn needed some help holding camera, you know, sound and light and so forth, and then so eventually Elle became his assistant.
And I was doing video production. I wasn't allowed to bring technology with me, but they allowed me to use the camera that Graterford had, and there was this terrific young man named L. Sawyer who was assigned to the project with me, and that's how I met him, and he quickly became my crew.
Right before L came home, you know, like everybody's expectations of him coming home was, now we're gonna get paid. Like we got L back, like he's the piece of the puzzle we're missing. And in my course of visiting him, he brought me a plan. He told me, he said, Brian, like I think I'm gonna do video. And then the first thing I thought was a joke or whatever, because I never related him with video or anything like that. You know what I mean? Just selling drugs or shooting.
Probably 20, 21, 22, something like that.
Once you're in prison in certain times, slowly you lose the social connection, and because they take care of everything, you don't make any decision and whatnot. And so when he came out, he came in at a really good time, a good place to anchor, and a lot of program for him to get into. And also a hefty population, old and young, from the community for him to lead and to coach and to work with. And I think he's naturally gregarious. He loves people.
Everybody's cool with L, like, you know what I'm saying? It's people that's not cool with each other that's cool with L. They'll be like, yeah, you'll see L on one side talking to a whole bunch of young boys from that side, then you'll see him on the other side talking to a whole bunch of young boys. So everybody basically mess with L. A lot of stuff that need to be done, they go through Elvis to do it. So everybody, the neighborhood really mess with him. Like, everybody good with him in the neighborhood. Everybody love him.
It's hard. I mean, these guys get out and they go right back into the game, and you know, there's a lot of good people down here, and there's a lot of good men who have got out and done really good things and have managed to find jobs and raise families, but you find that they're few and far between. You know, for the most part they're right back into the game. You know, it's a constant battle. It's that demand driving the supply. We having a union meeting today? Yo, you that stupid? You're really not that dumb, are you? What? You better step, young man. Or you gonna be going to my station? Bye, dude. Are you talking back? Yeah, you're calling your cousin. Go. Where do you live? What's your address if I want to send you a birthday card? What is it? 2234. 2234? Yeah, go. 2234. I better see you inside the house. Go. Yes. This is one of the issues we're having out here. Now, he don't live 2234. Mm-hmm. He's yelling yo because he's trying, the customer sees me and goes. It's a never-ending game.
It ain't really no options for niggas. Like, your option is to get this fucking money or be in the way and don't get no pussy. You feel what I'm saying? If you wanna get some pussy, you gotta dress like me. You gotta look live like me. You gotta get money like me. This shit crazy. I don't got no fucking job, but you see these pockets, man, this shit on Montville. Like, this shit, this one day. And my shoes though, you feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. I'm doing this, I'm counting this money, man. If you don't play ball, if you don't box real good like Kasim, yeah. And that's real rap. When Big said that, and that was 15 years ago, he was dead up. Like, it really ain't no option.
You gotta really stick to your guns. It's hard, I know it's hard for me as an adult. I know it gotta be a bitch for a young dude coming home from jail and all he got is his homies. He's not gonna stay in the house with his parents. You know what I mean? He's not staying in the house. You wanna be outside, you wanna be out, you wanna see the world. But the world that we living in right now is like a lot of negativity waiting for you, you know what I mean? So it's hard, man. It's real hard. You just gotta keep a real strong mind, man. It takes a strong mind out here, yo.
I'm still learning. I'm still growing now. I'm 43. I should have been known this like she know it today. But she don't understand that I was robbed of most of my childhood, so it's hard to let go of something that I never had. And she don't understand that. But what I'm saying, when I take off, that's crazy. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. But I'm okay with it. And I want her to understand that I'm okay with the way she says, well, you don't need to be out. She taught me that when I told you just recently, I have no need to be out there. I got everything I want right here. Everything that I want is really here. It's just that some of that lifestyle sometimes pulls me. That lifestyle, want to get high, just want to run wild, just do what the fuck I want to do, don't want to pay nothing, don't want to give nothing, though, you know, matter of fact, I just want to take and keep going and take and keep going. Yeah. Imagine a woman, you know, just wishing it was legal to kill somebody, always planning a way to want to kill me because of how much pain I inflicted her with. I inflicted her with some terrorizing pain, dude. So that's why I say that's why I always told her, I know how I'm gonna die. I know why I'm not dead today. I feel as though I'm gonna die suffering. I'm gonna suffer the worst pain of all, dude. I'm gonna feel everybody's pain in one shot. That's how I look at my future death. Pain. There's nothing gonna be easy for me. Cause I never made it easy for nobody. Nobody, dude. Nobody was exempt from my wrath of my addiction, dude. Even if I'm not even if I was never an addict and I was just a drug dealer, it's the same thing as the other young guy who's pulling it because the streets is pulling him, the homies are pulling him. When the homies keep trying to pull out these knot of monies and all this and all the bitches and all the cars and all the jewelry and all that, it's all that. And I know I'm pretty sure that it's pulling him. It will pull him sooner or later. And then you got the moments in the situation where you're broke. Your girl's hollering at you because she ain't got nothing to eat or she ain't got nothing to wear or her kids need Pampers or this and that. You gotta get a job and he's struggling to get a job and all he knows is to get this quick $500-$700 right now. Just go down the way and start slinging again for like 1/2 hour. So it's gonna give a young guy who hustles an idea to okay, I'll do it for 1 hour. I'll just do it for 1 hour and I'll escape. And it's a possibility that you can escape for 1 hour. And they get hooked on that. And then you come back for another hour and then you be another hour and a half. Then you come back and then once you taste it again, dude, it's gonna be hard to get out. And that's the grab, that's that pull and grab, that's how it is. It pulls you, but it only gives you, it teases you first. Because it wants you to want more and more and more. You know what I mean? You gotta have power out there.
Hold on, I'm gonna put it on speakerphone. Say that one more time, what happened?
Mm-hmm. He got killed last Wednesday. They found him dead and was showing somebody robbed him and stabbed him up in the back. And that's what continued.
All right, B, thank you.
Okay, baby. Oh.
That's one of my students. Apparently just got killed last week or whatever. We're just finding out about him. And he's probably like 20 now, 19, 20. But he was my video student for a number of years, for about 2 years or so. And then, yeah, so they just got found killed, or found dead or whatever, I don't know. I'll find out more about it, but.
Right now, like, he would never do anything to compromise his freedom. At any point in that time, he could go and sell drugs. You know what I mean? He's worked so hard to get to a certain point where he just won't, you know what I mean? It ain't worth, him throwing all that away. He just kept his head, focused. He's like a Amish horse with the blinders on, he could only see, and, he did it, And he's continuing to do it,
For me, like, I hadn't seen a lot of what the prison system does and what people have to go through. And I mean, El would go out of his way to help me and everyone around him. And I felt like, I would try and do that in return. Like, he had curfews, he had to go back to the halfway house. He had to it seemed like he constantly had to be like checking boxes. And it's just, to me, I'm just like, I do my work, I go home. And for El, he had this whole list of things he had to keep in his mind just so that he could keep his freedom, not just for him to get his job done. And that was, to me, that was something that I never realized, he had to go through.
Glenn, I'm just getting used to doorknobs, which was a very interesting thing. It was like it hit me, like this big thing at lunch. I thought, well, how silly of me to ask this man what his long-term plans are when he's taking it one step at a time. And that first step means having control of doors, coming in and out, and having that kind of control. So.
And he literally meant doorknobs.
He literally meant doorknobs. He didn't have them in prison.
It's like I'm living a double life. I mean, like I've always lived a double life. You know what I'm saying? I can be as free as I want to be, man, but when I go step into that parole office, I'm right back a prisoner again, even now. Like right now, I just went to see my parole officer just the other day, and it's the same thing. Like, it's right back to jailhouse again. And I'm literally I'm always one step from being, in prison. And being a prisoner, being under somebody else's watch. It's hard, man. It's hard to be out here. It's hard to be out here. Hard to be out here and hard to stay out here. It's nothing easy at all, and it doesn't get any easier. Any easier.
You don't give me your camera. What happened? So, they come up here. They walk past being so that L door was open. They run up in that joint, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no warning or nothing. Like, they just go in there. Like,
so what's happening now? They're trying to get a warrant now?
Viva they trying to get a warrant,
because they went
Nope, nobody can come in, sir. Nobody can come in.
What happened was basically, a guy in the neighborhood, just a guy walking around, basically asked a couple guys on the steps, you got a cigarette, whatever. Down the street, the cops stopped him and found drugs on him. So basically, they used that as probable cause to run him a house. So the next thing I know, these guys run up the steps with guns. I gave the whole spell. It's like, I'm on parole. So I immediately told them, no, unless you have a search warrant, I'd appreciate, if y'all don't search, So literally for 5 hours, we sat there until they got a warrant. They got a warrant, they brought in the dog and everything, and searched my house. The thing that killed me, it wasn't the fact that, they searched my house, okay, cool. But just because I live here, just because I associate with people that live here, this wasn't a friend like he was in my house, chilling in my house. I live in the neighborhood and I place myself in conditions that, as a model, letting people know, man, this isn't a scary place.
What's going on here? What's going on here, Tom? Yeah, what gonna do to us? Arrest us? Please please talk to them and say, go right now.
You know, this is a lovable place. This is a place that no sense of community I've ever felt in my life as I felt here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm more effective here than I've ever been in my life in any other neighborhood. But who knows? I'm outside, I'm vulnerable. Just that fast, I would have been back at Graterford. Just that fast. But it felt so good that the fact that I live a good enough life where they can raid my house, search my house, and I'm not leaving with them. They're not locking me up. Chilling with my boys and my mom. That's no definition of home, because it's all the home I know. My boys, my mom. Anything I know. That's my home. Like when I'm with him, like my home. With my mom, I like I'm home. It could be anywhere. I could be outside right now in the cold. I feel like I'm home, because I'm with my boys.
Say what's up.
What happens for a month from now? I ain't got no job. Streets is where I go. It's just what I'm forced to do. Can't start, I ain't gonna start for nobody. Like, I got kids to feed, moms to feed, people to like I gotta hustle hard, man.
I come up hard as a youth. To tell you the truth, as a kid, I thought the sky was a part of the roof. No, that's just parts of the roof missing. That crack shit had my folks tripping. Folk, listen, it's poverty, dog. The roaches and the rats that forces to put trust in the toasters and the gats. Dropping out of school, picking up a pack to put in the mass on, loading tippers in the Mac. Ghetto chameleons, we learn to adapt, cause in the blink of an eye, you can get your life snatched or snatch your life. Now you gotta fight that. Now you stuck in the pen, try to get your life back. Rewind back to your mama on the crack and your daddy said ping, hear the refrigerator sing. It's just you, your mother, and your siblings. So as a man, you gotta sell grams to get green. Now you on a block with the vultures. At any moment, a head could get knocked off a shoulder. And all you try to do is sell a boulder, and the big boys bullying cause they a little older. So then you go invest in the toaster and your heart get colder. You become a little bolder. Like if a nigga step to me, then it's over. I'ma die for this block. I'm a motherfucking soldier.
And if you ain't getting money and if you ain't live, you in the way. That's what they call you. And you probably just want to get a job and just be cool and be around for your kids. That ain't really no fucking option, man. You gotta be getting money or you in the fucking way. And that's the way they look at you, dog. Real shit. My little nigga Kev, he just come home, he just did a 3-piece, man. Kev out here trying to get some money. He ain't thinking about college. Nobody don't give a fuck about college, man. You end up owing all them student loans and all that shit. Nobody don't think about that, man. But if we had a nigga to sit down with us who showed us that they accomplished something from going through college, a nigga would care about that. But all my niggas accomplish shit from the streets, and that's the only niggas who tell me something. They just tell me what's going on, how to get around that pot and make that shit lean and rock with it and all that. And that's what we be talking about, man, on some real shit. And you know, I ain't gonna get all the way into that, but yeah.
They don't have anything to do. There's nowhere for them to go. Mm-hmm. You know, if you got a college degree and can't find a job in this economy, what makes you think they're gonna find a job? You know? I mean, the people with degrees are working at McDonald's. They're not going to hire these guys. So, I mean, it's tough for them. It really is.
Even if you don't got a criminal record, if you don't have any credentials under your belt and you don't have any education and no college shit going on for you, there's no jobs for you, except for, like minimum wage jobs, McDonald's and stuff like that. But if you have a criminal record, it's even hard to get jobs there. You know what I mean? You can't even get a bullshit job with a criminal record. The odds is against you.
When people come home, they, they're basically falling into what is like a pattern made for them, right? To stay home, you got to get a certain kind of job. To go and stay home, you have to, act this way. I had certain opportunities presented to me. I had also had almost an equal amount of bad opportunities presented to me and expectations on me, but I had higher expectations for myself and things I wanted to do.
When I first met L, he was working at the Village. Then all of a sudden, he kept catching me cutting school. Like, I'd be walking down Cumberland Street like, oh, I ain't gonna get caught. Then L used to come pick me up in the Taurus, make me go to school, catch me. I'd be like, yo, I'm ducking. I'm out. And then next thing you know, he'd be pulling up on me. Yo, get in the car, go to school. Everybody get people in their life for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my old head, he'd show me another way. So I ain't never gonna see a cell. I think it's more of showing kids and teen young boys the way, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he wished somebody probably did it for him before it was too late. But so he tried to reach out to the youth.
Before I went to jail, I didn't have a skill at all, right? Didn't have ambition to learn a skill at all, right? Besides selling drugs or whatever the deal is, and I was proud of that. I mean, foolishly was proud of things, nonsense things. But when I went to jail, when I went to prison, and basically just digging myself and said, man, making a decision, I don't want to be here. Here's the thing that I can learn, and once I learn it, I got it. And I can run with it, and the world is wide open to it. So many different ways of getting money there. I feel like if people were told that earlier, you know what I'm saying? It's like the crack explosion, the drug explosion in the neighborhoods, in the sense that that's the only people you see getting money. But as an older person now, as I see people, there's tons of opportunities. Once I could, earn money, travel, all the things that I wanted to do by being legal, why would I? Why would I? I mean, legal's stressful enough, let alone, you know what I'm saying? Stressing about anything, illegal.
My first memory of him was going to see him in prison with my aunt. I just remember not really knowing who he was, really. It was just like going to see somebody, like a friend of the family type thing. Like, didn't really know too much about him or whatever. But he was my dad. They told me he was my dad. He looked like me, so I was like, yeah, okay.
Me being a father and me being able to, finally have an opportunity to, be a role model for my son and being there for him, it definitely plays a part in me staying home and me choosing a more legal path as opposed to, an illegal one. Just the fact of seeing him grow now. I quit school in the 7th grade, 8th grade, excuse me. My last grade complete was 7th grade. He's gonna be graduating, graduating high school, right? And going to college. That's a blessing, and the fact that, he has a different reality than I have. His life is totally different than mine, what I'm saying, in a lot of good ways.
Yeah, I feel like our lives are very different. He was in the position where he had to hustle for what he wanted or what he needed. But for what he's done, I'm in a position where I could just sit back
and hustle him for the things I need. I wasn't there for the first part of his life. However, God willing, you know what I mean, because of good decisions, I'm gonna not only be there, but you know what I'm saying, hopefully have invested enough time and stuff that hopefully I'll be able to be there and be as supportive and financially, you know, kind of build a situation where, you know, I can be, you know, an effective part in his life and a good enough role model where he would be able to want to follow in my footsteps or want to like enact certain things or be with people the way I'm with people because I know he's watching me.
I was that crazy guy that be standing on right on this corner. This was my corner right here, this house right here. That's house right there, that was my spot. That was all mine right there. That's why I saw all my shit, man. Right here, I stood right there. It was raining, it was snowing, it was sleet, it was full of snow, and I'm standing in the middle of the street yelling out the color of the coke that I was selling, dude. There was a time that I didn't even want to go to sleep, dude, because if I fell asleep, I knew I was gonna miss the customer. And I didn't want to miss not one. Because every customer is a couple dollars. I ain't buy shit for my mom. I ain't buy shit for my girlfriend. I ain't do nothing, dude. Nothing but just sold and got high. Sold and got high. Yeah, I got shot. They robbed us. You know, he put the gun in my mouth, make sure I tasted it. Robbed us, and then instead of just walking away or running away, they grabbed me and my partner and another guy that happened to be there, a walkabout. He got caught up in the mix, and walked us to the corner and put us against the wall, beat us for a little bit, and when the guy got up, he shot him in the face, and then both of them aimed at me to shoot me, and I collapsed to the ground. I tried to reach for cover, and they both shot me. I was fortunate to have used my legs to break the gunshots, and they got me on both my legs. Yeah, one broke my leg, the femur in half, and the other bullet damaged my nerves on my left leg.
Sí, yo me siento muy contenta, lo adoro, me paso rezando por él y donde quiera que él vaya y pensando en él. Si me le pasa algo, él está bien, donde tú estás. A veces me llamaba y se me quería caer el corazón porque yo no sabía dónde estaba y qué era lo que hacía. Y cuando me llamaba para pedirme socorro, era que estaba mal o preso. Pero ya gracias a Dios todo está bien.
Like I said, that street life is ending, dude. It is ending slowly. It's dying slowly instead of me dying slowly or letting it kill me slowly. I know I'm a good man. Swear to God, I'm an awesome dude. I just got this behavior, this addictive behaviors when I get these bad ideas, dude. When I think it's a good idea, this is a fucked up idea. Yeah. And like I said, if it was for my mom's illness and if it wasn't for this woman, I'll be on second and camera again. Hustling.
My mom's expectation me was like, she always wanted me to get my diploma, man. Like, she wanted me to get a job and all that, stop selling drugs. So that was her expectations for us. Like, you know, typical mom stuff that your mom wants you to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to make her happy, see her smile, because she only got about a couple more years left on this earth, so I'm making my best. I see my mom be sad for a long time. She look like she's smiling, but she really sad. Like, that shit hurt. That's my biggest fear ever. Now I'm making my mom proud.
Watch what Roy hear that. One of them niggas hear that, like Ross, like, they man, about this movie. Lift that joint up,
I had two expectations, but one that wasn't a good one, one was a bad one. So I'm thinking like, damn, I'm gonna go back out there and sell drugs and be the bull like I was planning to be. Then I'm thinking like, no, man, I can't do that. I got my mom, I gotta take care of my mom, she can know. I got a daughter now, so now I gotta cut all that nonsense out. That was kid stuff. So now I'm back in my old head bag, and this all. Time to get his job and all that. That wanna be fly stuff is out the way now. I'm done with all that. That was kid, I'm 19 now. So that was my expectations right there, for real, for real.
Man, basically I got the job. Now I'm a working man. I ain't gotta do what I gotta do no more, man. I work now, man. Get a couple of hours, man. Nice check. I can't wait till that check come though. That's gonna be the love. I ain't gotta worry about cops booking me now, man.
You started yesterday?
Yeah.
How was the first day?
Tired as ever. First day I was super tired. I ain't know what was going on. I feel like a new man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mind's in a different place now, or what?
Yeah, it's in a different place now. My mind's still on working now. Ain't on like how I'm gonna get the money now, because I know I'm getting the money now. It's guaranteed.
You know, you gotta wake up every day in the morning, like 7. You know, I ain't used to that. Nobody wakes up 7 o'clock in the morning. To 5? Well, that's a long time, like. So, you know how that go. Then you gotta deal with the supervisors. You know, they be on your ass when you painting. Paint this, paint that, lift this, lift that. That shit get tiring sometimes. So, you know, you gotta adjust to it like you adjust to the streets. You gotta adapt to your habitat. This painting job was my first job. That was my first ever time in my life since a kid ever cashing the check. Like, that's crazy. I could me and TC was the check cash place with the air. I cashed that thing. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Just let me cash this shit act. Like, I did all that. I'm like, yo.
So you get my good side. Alright?
This camera force your good side.
All around.
This camera force your good
Hey,
side.
what's up, man? Good? You're not camera shy, are you?
Who you talking to?
You.
What you talking to me for? Come on, we trying to do this DVD, man. I'm not your friend. We ain't friends. Never be friends. I ain't friends with the police.
Doing a document on the hood. People how people like doing coming up our car. That's all we doing. Just trying to do something in the hood. We ain't bothering.
Yeah, we just trying to make it, you know, documentary. That's it. We go through. This is what we go through.
Okay. Do any of you live around here?
Bigger than York Street.
Huh?
You don't know my job.
Yeah, I live around here. I know your job. Protect and serve, right? Honor and integrity, right? Yeah, I don't see none of that. I don't see none of that.
We doing a documentary. So you telling me I can't be nowhere in the city?
Whole avenue. We doing.
I live right around the corner on 10th Street, right here on this block.
Why can't you do this in front of your house?
What you mean front of the house? We doing a documentary. We doing a documentary.
Identification and all that. I'm chilling.
We doing something constructive.
I understand that. But why has it got to be here? Why can't it be
Because
in
we
front of
doing
somebody else?
something.
Why can't it be in front of somebody else's house?
Because we like the scene. We doing the scene right here. Officer, like, there's no need for.
Yeah, we can't
We
do
ain't
it.
breaking no criminal. We ain't breaking no law, none of that.
No, I'm not
Officer.
What crime being committed right now?
Obstructing the highway.
Are we obstructing the highway?
Yes, sir.
But what if I told you that it's 3 people that live right here in this area, this immediate area? We have still obstructing? If we live here.
You don't live there. You don't live in that house. And nobody lives in that house.
Nobody lives in that house?
Does any of you live in any one
No,
of these?
we got addresses around here though.
It doesn't matter.
We got addresses around here.
Doesn't matter.
When y'all see Temple kids that move in, taking over our neighborhoods, that be loitering all over, do y'all do that to them?
We stop everybody.
Because we not students, we can't stand here. But students post up all over, loiter all over these sidewalks in their neighborhoods, but we can't loiter in our neighborhoods.
None of you live here, right?
None of them live nowhere there, but they loiter on their neighborhoods. Huh?
They're doing something. You don't have a permit to make a film.
What they doing? We don't have a permit to make a film.
No, I'm not sitting here
No, what do you sitting here busting our balls?
What do they do?
You sitting here breaking our balls.
You just sat here and stopped.
You could have just rolled past us and continued to do what you was doing. You break our balls.
We doing a video. Everything was alright.
Don't stop
you got an attitude with him.
Yeah, I got an attitude with him. You know why? Because he violated my rights. That's why he violated my rights. For the most part, you know, honestly, it's depression, man. We in a state of depression. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or nothing. We in a state of depression, man. We in a state of depression. Like, and we need change, man. We need change. We need change. We need what we need. We don't need criticism, we need constructive criticism. That's what we need. Don't just push us down and beat us down. Try to build us up. We need somebody to come in and try to build us. Give us something to latch on to. Give us something to gravitate towards, to grasp, to build ourselves. We're not getting that. So we gotta exploit the environment. We as a people, not just neighborhood, every neighborhood. People are forced to exploit their environment. They're forced to exploit their poverty because we living in it. So they exploiting it to survive. It's common sense. A human's #1 instinct is self-preservation, and people is trying to live. Period. That's what it is. Feel what I'm saying? Like, we just want something to gravitate toward. Like, we don't, people not bad. I can say this community is not bad. I can say 85% of these people, if had a chance to do good, they would do good. The first time. The first chance, they'll do good, and they will never go astray. They don't even got that chance. So they grasping on to what they have to grasp on, the negativity. That's all it's to grasp, the negativity, because there's nothing positive to grasp. So that's what's going on. In a nutshell, and I'm repeat it again, we in a state of depression.
I'm keeping it 100, man. I don't know what I'm looking forward to, man. I just let the life, let the days go, let the life go. You know, I ain't really doing too much, moving around, going too fast. I'm just trying to relax and see the daughter in the house, chill with her for a little minute. I ain't really on that type time with drugs and all that no more. Like, I ain't gonna say I'm not on that type time. I'm just not on it right now because shit's still a little hot for me right now. So probably get off parole. I'll probably go back and do what I think. But right now, I can't afford it right now. Shit too much at stake right now. It just, how it goes, man. Like, I let life go how it's gonna go. It's gonna go in a straight and narrow, or it's gonna make a U-turn.
This is where I'm at, John, man. Not too far. Here was my spots. All this around here. All around the perimeter. All this right here. All the way around, dude. I've been there. Been there, done that. That's all I can say. Been there, done that. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm healthy. My therapist says I've been as healthy as I ever been. I ain't skinny. I ain't lost. I ain't dirty. I ain't homeless. I got a job. I'm good. You know, I'm just good, dude. You know, things are really, really good. If I'd known this growing up, what this would be like, I don't even think we would be here talking about this. We wouldn't even be here. 23 to 25 years to start growing up. I'm the 44-year-old baby crawling right now, trying to learn how to walk again. That's what I'm doing, learning how to walk again. Just learn how to live. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
I'm sorry, say it one more time. You're where?
I'm at CDC. I'm at the CDC program in the Houston Hall. Everything was going okay. I just got caught off, man, trying to get a couple dollars, man. That's what happened. It was stupid. It was the most stupidest thing I could ever have done. Stupid. At the time where I was doing good. Everything was good. This has been an amazing, frustrating experience.
So I started selling drugs again. The job thing was all right, man, but it wasn't gonna last long, man. I'm too into the streets. Like, it's like, he right here, the job right there. The job, like, all the way down the block, with the money right here next to me. I'm not gonna go walk to the block, all the way down to the job, when I got the money right here next to me. That's gonna be silly. I wanna see my PO, I had crack in my system. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah. She asked me, like, was you doing drugs? I'm like, I looked at her like, for real, you think I'm really doing drugs? Is you gonna ask that question? So I'm like, she's like, so you selling drugs? I'm like, yeah, I'm selling drugs, man. She's like, all right, we're not even gonna lock you up. We're gonna put you in the halfway back program, because you're a good kid, I can see it, and it's just me. I could just see it in your face that you don't need this and all that. So I'm like, all right. She sent me to that program for like 90 days. When you locked up, you be like, you think about all the good shit you gonna do, but once you home with me, you be like, man, I ain't fuck all that. Everywhere you turn is drugs, man. Like, it's drugs right now as we speak, man. You probably don't see it, but I see it, you feel me? It's drugs everywhere. Like, you never gonna get away from that. Coming home, man. Like, you don't wanna, like, that coming home shit is like so crazy. Like, you like, you think about the shit you're gonna do in jail, but like, when mature me is like, you don't wanna keep coming home and keep coming home. So you think about, yo, what the fuck I'm gonna do to stay home, you feel me? There was a lot of stuff happening when I was locked up, man. Tracy got killed, man. That's crazy how he died. He got shot in the head twice. Man, that was my road, man. Like, I used to hang with that nigga every day. Like, a week before him, got killed. My other man named Reek, he died too. So I'm like, that was three people that died back to back. In the past 2 weeks, I was about to go home. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that made me start wondering, like, whoa, what's going on? Like, the motherfuckers secretly beefing or something out there? Or it's like, they just aiming at motherfuckers, just killing motherfuckers nowadays. So that give you a thought or two, like, when you lock up, like, damn, like, I gotta come home and chill. I'm gonna get my bell rocked out here, like, so you be thinking, like, man, this is crazy.
The past 10 years, or well over 10 years now, has been crazy. You know, it's been so much more than I've ever could have, ever planned for. When I was in jail, like, I planned all these grand things, as people in jail do, but the outcome was way different. It's not easy. I don't want nobody to think that when they come home it's gonna be easy, or think that it should be easy. It shouldn't be easy, it's life. You gotta always start everything at a point where you don't know nothing. So when you come home, you're like a baby. Put yourself out of the driver's seat for a second and put yourself in a position where, you're not an island, you know what I mean? You could use help.
Love you, Dad. Miss you, man. Wish you was here. Everybody's good. We love you, man. We haven't forgot about you.
El Sawyer has a great story, but we're not going to get into that tonight. But I consider him a close friend now. And so I'm going to ask him to come up and say a few words about his experience as being one of the instructors for the Voices of Youth, and to speak to you now. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Again, thank you, Robert Reed. Thank you to Pastor Waller and all of you for coming out today. My name is El Sawyer, and like Robert Reed said, I'm a director at the Village of Arts and Humanities. Besides that, I'm a filmmaker, and besides that, I'm a son, I'm a mentor, I'm a father, I'm a brother. My mom's here tonight. Where my mom at? Anyway. But I say that to say that, as a youth, when Brother Zane was talking earlier and talking about errant youth and talking about how, the errant youth and how important it is to reach them, I was one of those errant youth. It cost me a lot of my life. It cost me about 8 years of my life. But somebody felt the need, and somebody felt that it was worth it to reach down to me. And
And, Robert Reed and, Brother Zane was that same element to reach to me, to reach down to these kids. And I really thank y'all for that. I thank people that work with me. John Kaufman, he's my partner. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And there's a lot more of you than I expected, by the way. Thank all the students that took part in these projects. Jelani, Jafari, Kev, everybody's pointing. Terrence, okay, that's enough. But in working with these students totally remind me of myself, and I never actually told them that I have a story, I have a past. Everybody does, but specifically related to violence and specifically related to offending and going away and doing time. And I think that's why it's important that I was trying to get my mom to come tonight, because it's important to her. She's seen me sitting in the courtroom, and now she can see me.
So when you come home, you can't be, this know-it-all kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to humble yourself in the sense that you can, like I say, take the lead from someone else, or bow out enough to actually say, I need help. How do I do this? How do I do that? What's my next step? What do I do? Because the whole point is that people make mistakes. If you come home and go back to jail, okay, the story ain't over.